Long ago, in a small village surrounded by rolling hills and flowing rivers, there lived a boy named Kofi. Kofi was poor. His clothes were old and patched, his sandals were worn, and every morning before school, he helped his mother carry firewood to the market. Life was not easy for them. While other children spent their mornings playing and laughing, Kofi worked hard to support his family. Many villagers looked at him and saw only poverty. Some even laughed at him. "Look at Kofi," they would say. "He dreams like a chief, but he owns nothing." The words hurt, but Kofi never argued. He simply smiled and continued working. Every evening, after helping his mother, Kofi would walk to a giant baobab tree at the edge of the village. There, he would sit quietly and stare at the distant lights of the city beyond the hills. One day, his friend asked him, "Why do you always look at those lights?" Kofi looked toward the horizon and replied, "Because one day, I will build something that helps this village." His friend laughed. "You can't even afford a bicycle." But Kofi did not let the laughter destroy his dream. Instead, it made him stronger. As the years passed, Kofi spent his nights studying. He borrowed old books from teachers and read by the dim light of a small kerosene lamp. Some nights, there was barely enough food to eat. Some nights, hunger kept him awake. And many times, he felt like giving up. But whenever doubt entered his heart, his mother would remind him, "Being poor is not a crime, my son. Thinking small is." Those words became the fire that kept his dream alive. Then one year, disaster struck. Dark clouds filled the sky. Heavy rains fell for days. The river overflowed its banks, and floodwaters rushed across the farmland. Crops were destroyed. Fields disappeared beneath the water. Families lost everything they had worked for. As Kofi looked across the ruined farms, his heart broke. He watched his neighbors cry. He watched parents worry about feeding their children, and in that moment, Kofi made a promise to himself. "I will find a way to help." Years later, through hard work, determination, and sacrifice, Kofi earned a scholarship to study agricultural engineering. The journey was far from easy. There were days he went hungry. There were nights he slept on classroom benches because he could not afford a proper place to stay. Yet, he refused to quit. He remembered his village, he remembered the flood, and he remembered his promise. After completing his studies, Kofi returned home. The villagers could hardly believe their eyes. The poor boy they once mocked had become an educated young man. But Kofi had not returned for praise, he had returned to serve. Using the knowledge he had gained, he taught farmers new methods of growing crops. He helped build irrigation channels that brought water to the field even during dry seasons. Slowly, things began to change. The harvests became larger, families had more food, children stayed in school, and hope returned to the village. Year after year, the village continued to grow and prosper. One evening, the entire community gathered beneath the same baobab tree where Kofi once sat, dreaming as a young boy. The village chief stepped forward and addressed the crowd. "Many years ago, people saw a poor boy," he said, "but Kofi saw a future that nobody else could see." The villagers applauded. Some cheered. Others wiped tears from their eyes, and among them stood Kofi's mother, smiling proudly as tears of joy rolled down her face. As the sun set behind the hills, Kofi looked across the thriving village and reflected on his journey. He realized something important. Poverty had never been his greatest obstacle. His greatest obstacle would have been believing that his dreams were too small to matter. Because one boy dared to think big, an entire village found a brighter future. And so, Kofi's story reminds us all that our circumstances do not determine our destiny. No matter where you come from, no matter how difficult life may seem, never stop dreaming. A big dream, combined with hard work, courage, and perseverance, has the power to change not only your life, but the lives of countless others.